That's the thing where like, you know, we need the Fisher 10 upstairs. You're like, do you? Like, are we doing like a compound move with a boom? And it's like, no, we're just kind of tracking in through the living room. You're like, so doorway dolly? And they're like, no, Fisher 10. And you're like, no, but what you're saying is they're Fisher 10s. Fuck. Okay. So yeah, we had to carry a Fisher 10 up two or three flights of stairs. And I can't remember the first part of that carry, like the Lower East Side apartments, especially like the old Dutch ones, have very, very narrow staircases. Because you know they were old tenement buildings back in the day when you know they built it was sort of low income housing at the turn of the century, so they didn't give a shit about your elbow room. So there was a super narrow staircase, and it went up like 5 stairs, and then it turned like immediately 90 degrees, and then went up another 15 feet or whatever. And because of the narrowness of it, we could only 2 people could like sort of fit end to end. And we're carrying a Fisher 10, which I think is like 430 pounds. And it's an indie film, so none of us are eating a lot. So no. So like we couldn't. You couldn't actually. That's what it was. Because of the 90-degree turn and the way that the hallway worked, you couldn't keep the can openers and the back carrying handles on the Fisher at the same time. So you couldn't turn that corner. Or you could have, but you would have had to turn the dolly vertical and pivot. You're not paying me enough to do that. So what we figured is we could hump it up the first 5 stairs, and then we could like in rounding mode turn the dolly facing now upwards up the stairs. But then we couldn't get the ass handles back in, or the can openers, frankly. So what we did is we had 2 2x12s that were like 12 feet long or whatever the length of the thing was. So we just laid them down on the staircase, and then Matty, my best boy, had his like rock climbing gear on him. So we set a pick point. Oh, there was a door at the top of the stairs. So we opened the door and then put a piece of speed rail across the frame of the door, that was wider than the door, and then used that as our pick point. And then Matty did a Z line. And then he 2 dudes so Matty became he was on belay. So in case we let go, he could stop the dolly from coming back down on us. So he was the belay point. So he was hooked into the speed rail, and then he had the belay point down the stairs, and then 2 dudes were behind him because it was a Z line, because we were doing a little Archimedes there. So they would start yanking, and then I was on the bottom, and then once I could get behind the dolly enough, I could start pushing. So then we just sort of slowly hoisted the dolly up those 15 steps, and then got it up there, and then turned it around, and
How many flights did you do that?
Oh no, just this one.
Oh, okay.
After that, the staircase became like tenable for getting it up.
Got it.
And frankly, actually no, that was the only flight we had to get to. It was 1.5 flights up.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
So it was really just that bottom part.
Yeah. At that same apartment, I had to hurricane-proof the exterior softbox that we built because a hurricane blew through that week, and I'd built this giant softbox outside, and we were like 2 and 2, maybe. You know what I mean? So I was like, I'm not taking this thing down.
So when you got the dolly.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
When you got the,
yeah, I hope you guys have enough tape because I could do this for 4 more hours. Yeah.
Because that is just an incredible amount of work to get it up there.
Yeah, there was a lot of
when
cursing
it was
going
up
on.
there.
Yeah. How much did we use it? Not that much.
That's the kind of like you said, like people think they're going to be 1 year, they'll be a DP or something. But that kind of shit is when you realize where the DP came from.
Yeah.
Like, because there are so many different tracks to get up there. We had one that came up through Key Grip, and he was our DP.
Yes. Only worked for DPs who came up through Grip Electric.
A dolly never, it could be 2 steps, never went up it because he was like, butt dolly.
Yeah.
Whatever. Like, it was
or
just.
use a doorway dolly.
Yeah,
or
never
a slider
fucking need
or
it.
anything.
Never need it.
Other million things that exist.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that and that yes, that DP I believe came through the camera department. So there was a disconnect.
A little bit of a pretentious.
No, it's just you don't even know what you're asking for. You know what I mean? And like you don't understand that like on a 2 and 2 indie film, like you're burning your crew. You know what I mean? Like it's not really tenable, and you have to like sort of pick your battles there.
Right.
do the old cheap, fast, and good triangle. You know.
How do you feel about DPs who noodle? They get in there and they try to want to help you move that dolly.
Oh no, that's. I don't.
Big no-no.
I don't know the answer to that question. That's not a. Yeah, that's
Walk.
Yeah, like I mean, I'm not. Yeah, like this is my department.
Yeah.
like, this is my purview. You know, like I'm not going over there and like twiddling with the sound knobs. You know, like,
Panning their camera
yeah,
back and forth.
I'm not. Yeah.
Wait, so how'd you get? So was it the same process to get the dolly out?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Yeah, no. We just fucking open up the window and just kind of fucking kick it out.
just
It makes
took
the
the
turn
rope
by
and off
itself
the
on the way down.